G'day everyone. So today I'm going to be telling you a story about interest. So once upon a time there was a man named Fred. And Fred had $100,000 and heard there was a bank offering a whopping 10% interest rate. This was the highest interest rate in the whole world at the time. And if this existed today, well, it probably would be. So Fred decided to deposit his $100,000 in the bank, and the bank said it would pay Fred his 10% interest in 1 year's time. So time had to first pass, but before we go to the next slide, let's first just look at this formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time. So principal is the initial investment that Fred made. So this is Fred's $100,000. The interest rate is the amount of money, the percentage of what Fred has invested that they will pay Fred in 1 year, which is 10%. And then the time is the interest period, the time at which Fred will eventually be paid back his money. So, in 1 year's time, after some time passes, a long time, it goes around and around and around until eventually Fred can come and collect his money. So he asked the question, I wonder how much money I have now in my bank. I think everyone does that from time to time. So Fred goes to the bank and he inquires, and all of a sudden he realizes he has an extra $10,000. So he has his initial investment, which is his principal, and he now has his interest he has made as well. So Fred made $10,000. So he comes out of the bank going, what? $110,000, and his money bag is much bigger now. So we're going to just quickly do a calculation based on this to show you how we can calculate the interest. So the formula is interest equals principal times rate times time. So that's the amount invested, which is $100,000, multiplied by the interest rate, which we need to convert into a decimal. So let's just do this up here for a sec. 10% to a decimal is 0.1. What we've done to get it to there is, the way I do it is I move my decimal place, because it's percentages, it's 100%, 2 places, 1, 2, because 100 has 2 zeros, and we put our decimal point here, and we get 0.1. So that's our percentage. So 100,000 times 0.1 multiplied by the time, which is just 1 year. We then calculate this, and when you put this in your calculator, you should get $10,000. So that is the amount of interest that Fred earned. Now please note that the amount of interest Fred earned isn't $110,000. This is the principal plus the interest. So there we are. There is a quick tutorial of the formula interest equals principal times rate times time. I hope this little video will help you remember this formula and what each of the terms mean. Enjoy.